A number of years ago, I ordered this huge book. And I don't mean like thick. I mean, it was about like a 2-foot by 3-foot book. Like it was huge, and it was supposed to help with, I don't know, I think science or something, or maybe it was like reading comprehension skills. I can't even remember. What I do remember is that the book, although it was maybe helpful for a few little lessons that I was doing in my then 4th grade class, I was actually more fascinated by the box, and I thought the box was so cool. And so I kept it for a little while. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but inevitably it was collecting dust. And so I knew it was probably time to get rid of it. But before I actually got rid of it, I decided to show it to my students to see if maybe, just maybe, one of them would want to do something with it instead. And so I took some time and I described the box, showing them all the ways that it flapped open and closed and this way and that way, and how much, space it had on it and all the different things that maybe they could do with it. And then I asked the question, is there anybody who might want this box? So many hands went up, and some faces were just like super excited. And some other kids actually looked around in disbelief, and I couldn't believe how much excitement this huge piece of cardboard was making in my classroom. It was really, really comical. Well, I only had this one box, and I had like about a dozen kids who were actually interested. And so I decided to up the ante, and I said, okay, if you would like this box, I want you to submit your proposal in writing before lunch tomorrow. And the kids looked around at each other and they were like taking it seriously. So I awaited some pieces of writing from my students, some proposals. Well, I got my first proposal in minutes, and it was a piece of paper with one sentence, and it said something like, I want to make a display of things that I'm learning. And so I said to this person, I said, no, this is not what I'm looking for. I want more than just one sentence. This is a fantastic piece of cardboard that has so many possibilities to it. I want a much more detailed proposal from anyone who's interested. And so I talked with the students for another moment, and I said, okay, what exactly do I mean by a proposal? And so that led to a really great discussion about how to present your ideas in a format that's really worthy of being considered, and how proper sentence structure and details would be so important. And we just discussed how some proposals might even include an illustration to just really articulate what they were going to do with this huge piece of cardboard. And I laid it on thick. But the interest in the students actually really rose. And in the next day, I received a handful of proposals. Each one was really well thought out, and came from students that had a variety of writing abilities. Each idea was so unique to the person. I remember one girl wanted to create a study board that would actually display important information that she had learned in 3rd grade that would help her with her homework. How adorable is that? Another wanted to research the solar system and present her findings. One boy, he wanted to take it and create a fort. And another student wanted to create some kind of like imagination car. Now, it was so fun to get those proposals, to read them, and to really see how much excitement would come from just a big piece of cardboard. And it led me to think about how creativity can play a role inside your classroom. And it doesn't even have to be a huge chunk of your class time. It doesn't even have to be connected to your curriculum at all. Sometimes the creativity can just be with a simple piece of cardboard and a challenge that you put out to your students. And some of your students oh my gosh, they will take the bait. So what ended up happening with that big piece of cardboard? Well, I remember one student, a girl, had a really great detailed proposal, and she even went above and beyond, made an illustration, a diagram of how she was going to place pictures and writings and all these different things on her display. She was going to make it into a display, and it was going to house all this information that she was gathering for an immigration project that we were actually doing in 4th grade. So she got the cardboard, and as I got other things and found other boxes, I did the same thing with those boxes as well. And all the students were able to at least get some kind of box at some point in the school year. Because let's face it, our schools are inundated with boxes, and sometimes it's fun to let the kids have a little fun with them. Now, if this kind of story was fun for you to listen to, that tells me that you are in the right place. You are indeed a creative teacher. Now, creativity doesn't have to mean that you're an artist or a musician, that you have a creative side to you. And you love having that for yourself, but you also love allowing your students to be creative as well. Sometimes that can be hard, right? Sometimes that can be hard inside of our classrooms, but it's not impossible, and there are certainly ways to do that. Well, I want to invite you into our Facebook community. We're actually doing a new relaunch of our Facebook community that has over 1,200 teachers in there already. And we're doing a special relaunch and renaming of our group. Our group is now called Creative Teachers Building Calm and Engaged Classrooms. If you're tired of student disengagement and those constant behaviors that come about from that, and you just want your classroom to feel calm and connected and creative, you should come and join us inside the community. If you are already in there, I want to encourage you to check it out again. And we're kicking off our relaunch with a little bit of a party. So on Wednesday, we're going to have a special Facebook Live right inside of our Creative Teachers community, where there's also going to be some fun giveaways. I don't want you to miss this. So go over to theinspiredclassroom.com/community and make sure you join the Facebook group, Creative Teachers Building Calm and Engaged Classrooms. I cannot wait to see you inside there. I hope this episode inspired you, encouraged you, or gave you a fresh idea to try. And if so, I would love for you to take a screenshot and text it to one of your teaching buddies. I'm so grateful that you landed here with me today, and it would mean the world to me if you would leave me a review over on Apple Podcast. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll catch you on the next episode. This is Elizabeth Peterson reminding you to get inspired so you can be inspiring to your students and enjoy teaching again.